Okay. So we're going to do some problems on dynamic structures because I know that this is tricky. And we're going to do a simple example first just to kind of explain the concept. And then we'll do the example from notes at 7. That's example number 6 on page 22 of notes at 7. But we'll start with a simple example. And let's say that I want to organize grades into a class. So maybe I'll say class dot grades dot exam is equal to 94. So if I were to run this, you can see I created a structure called class. If I type class in, that will give me access to everything that is underneath it, which in this case is just grades. That's the only thing that I have in this first level. If I do class.grades.exam, you can see here that grades is a structure, which means there's things under it. The next layer under is exam. And if I open that, you see that that is equal to 94. Just to kind of illustrate, if I do class.people, say that that's Brett, I don't know, just something different. You can see now that I have two levels here. I have grades and I have people. Just to kind of illustrate that if these words are different, you will have two separate layers that are underneath the head of the structure, which is class. But that's not really the point of this video. That was kind of covered in the other video. The point is, how can I do this dynamically? Meaning, can I do something in a for loop where I can change the word exam to something else? And then I'll just input the numbers. So let's say that I have, and I did this for students in office hours the other day. I'm going to come up with a really dumb name. I'm going to use poodle, as I did the other day, for something that's completely unrelated, that has no significance, just to prove a point. If I say the name of this string array I'm doing is exam, homework, quizzes. I'll say quiz. Now we'll do quizzes, we'll do homeworks, we'll do exams, whatever. So what I want to do is I want to have this structure class.grades, and inside of that grades thing, I can look at their exams, their homeworks, and their quizzes. And maybe the scores that they got on those will be 94, 100, 72. So the order that is presented here, exams, homeworks, quizzes, exams, they got a 94, they have 100 in homeworks, they have a 72 in quizzes. So I could do this in a very long way and say class.grades.exams is equal to 94, class.grades.homeworks is equal to 100, class.grades.quiz is equal to 72. Now that's very long-winded. It is allowable, it will work, but if I run this, I will have class, inside of class is grades, and I do class.grades to go to the next level down. You can see that I have all three of those things present. But what if I do not want to do this in this long-winded way? Instead, maybe I want to do a for loop that'll go through each of those categories one at a time. And then depending on which iteration of the for loop we're on, we will change the structure name to exams or to homeworks or to quizzes, and then assign it to the point values at that iteration. So if I were to do a for loop that goes through all three, maybe I'll do one to length of scores. Because there's 3 scores, there's 3 assignments, 3 things in Poodle. And I want to run the for loop that many times. So the first thing you might think is, okay, let me do class.grades. And I want to access these things from the matrix Poodle. So let's say I do Poodle of II. Because what this looks like, it says class.grades.poodle of II would mean that I'm replacing, when II is 1, poodle of 1 is exam. So that looks like it'd be class.grades.exams. And I'll say that that's equal to the score in that particular spot. So the score in that particular spot would be scores of II. That's what we would think. But the way these structures work is that the name of the structure is exactly what is written here. So if I write .poodle, it's going to actually name this poodle. Let's run this. If we run, and we have class.grade, you will see that we are literally using this dumb word that has no significance at all to the rest of the code. And the reason that is because it thinks that you want the layer name to be this, which is not the case. What we'd want to do is go into Poodle, take out exams, take out homeworks, take out quizzes. And the only way to tell MATLAB to do that is if you put parentheses. What parentheses around name, that's dynamic structures, basically is a way of calling a matrix or calling a variable out. Matrix call or variable call. And maybe we'll do another example that's simpler that kind of illustrates this in a second. So now if I do this, instead of having class.grades, instead of saying Poodle, it replaces Poodle of II with something up here. So Poodle of 1 would be exams. That's equal to 94. Come back in the for loop, go to the next value in the list, which is 2. Class.grades.poodle of 2 is homeworks. That would be equal to scores of 2, which is 100. Class.grades.poodle of 3 would be quizzes. That would equal to scores of 3, which is 72. So just by including those parentheses, again, I'll remove them. If I do it again, I'll have class.grades. The word poodle is there, which is stupid because I don't want the word poodle there. It has no significance on anything. It's just a dumb name I came up for the matrix. So to avoid that, you have to do something like this. Let me do another example. So if I were to say assignment is equal to exam 1. That's it. I'm not even doing anything else. I'm just saying that. And I were to say that class.grades.assignment is equal to 90 or something. The question is, will it use the word assignment in the layer definition, or would it use exam 1? So I'll write this as both ways, with the parentheses and without. Do 95 just to differentiate here so we can see what happens. This one will literally create a layer called assignment and assign it to 90. This one will fill in whatever the variable assignment actually is and assign it to 95. So if I run this, we'll see class.grades. You can see that we have assignment because we did not include parentheses. That's equal to 90. We'll see exam 1 because of the fact we use parentheses for the second one equal to 95. I hope that that clears up this concept. I might make a second video for the sake of time on that example. I'm going to stop sharing for now, and I'll come back to do the second video if you want to watch the other one. Okay.